Hi, and welcome to the introductory section of this project, this three-stage project. You will have noticed the three header buttons that you can click on, and obviously you've clicked on the first one because here we are. This project is designed to offer a entry-level experience to your own spiritual path. Now that can look like anything. You can come from a religious background, no religious background. You can have an interest in quantum physics. You can have no interest in anything. You could be just curious. And so there's a little waiver, I guess, that I like to put for anyone who's just curious, and that is that this section for beginners offers an insight into the truth of the nature of time and space, and an insight into the possibility for you to transcend, if you like, or transform the particulars of your own temporal or physical experience in time and space, so that you can begin to realign and retrain the mind towards a attitude of having, let's say, a brother's keeper kind of perspective of the world, right? Wherein you will become willing to serve the greater good and give your life in devotion and discipline to not only your own transformation, but assistance, if you can, and if you like, to those around you, others, in their own transformations, whether they're aware of it or not. So in this first little section for beginners, you will find some reference material, such as the very first book I ever read, which I would consider of a spiritual nature, Jonathan Livingston Seagull by Richard Bach, and other things like that are very gentle kind of lead-in, philosophically based books and other materials to give you a bit of an insight into what you might be getting into. But already, if you're watching this, it's probably a bit late to back out. You've probably come here for a reason, and that little voice in your head that says, man, I need something in my life, has probably already kicked in. And as with anything, it's going to be by your own investigation of it, by your own comprehension of it, whether you then decide whether it's going to be useful and helpful to you or not. So it's impossible to offer a broad enough spectrum onto what spirituality is, other than to say that it is a discipline, one, and it is a direction, two, and the direction is inner, and the discipline is all to do with the mind, right? And many things in the spiritual path, if you want to call it a path, many things are employed as, let's say, tools, psychological tools, conscious tools, to help bring about a change in your perception of yourself in the world, from being one of, let's say, I'm a body, I'm doomed to die, to being I am spirit, and the body is my vessel for learning. And therein learning how to learn by first unlearning the bad habits you've adopted, which are manifesting the reasons that you've come here in the first place. My life's a mess. I better look for something else, perhaps. So enjoy what you find here. If you find your interest is well served by studying this website and what you find here, perhaps click on the other two buttons. Just because they say I need help immediately doesn't mean that there's nothing helpful for you there. It just means that there's a more readily available application package that's put there under that heading, wherein you can bring yourself back to peace, because the goal of all spiritual work is inner peace. And from that, We transcend the temporal realm into the non-physical experience of self, or enlightenment, whatever you want to call that. Salvation, some people call it. So enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. Take your time. Don't rush into it. It's not like reading a normal book or anything like that. You'll find it very different. And if you think that you're, there's a little tip. If you're thinking you're getting the hang of it, guess again. All right, I love you. See you soon.